The scroll is read to the rulers and people. Now Micaiah the son of Gemariah, the son of Shaphan, heard all the words of the Lord from the book. He then went down to the house of the king, into the home of the scribe. And behold, there were sitting all the rulers, Elishama the scribe, Delaiah the son of Shemaiah, Elnathan the son of Akbor, Gemariah the son of Shaphan, Zedekiah the son of Hananiah, and all the rulers. So Micaiah declared to them all the words he heard Baruch read in the ears of the people. Then all the rulers sent Jehudi the son of Nethaniah, the son of Shelemiah, the son of Cushi, to Baruch the son of Neriah, saying, Take in your hand the scroll to read in the hearing of the people and come. So Baruch took the scroll and went down to them. Then they said to him, Read it again in our ears. So Baruch read it. Now it came to pass, when they heard all the words, they took counsel each with his neighbor, and said, Let us report all these words to the king. So they asked Baruch, saying, How did you come to write all these words? Baruch replied, Jeremiah proclaimed all these words to me from his mouth, and I wrote them in the book. Then they said to Baruch, Go and hide, you and the man Jeremiah. Let no one know where you are. The king burns the scroll. So they went to the king, into the court, but gave the scroll for safekeeping in the house of Elishama, and they reported to the king all these words. The king then sent Jehudi to fetch the scroll, and he took it from the house of Elishama. Jehudi then read it in the ears of the king, and in the ears of all the rulers who stood around the king. Now the king was sitting in the winter house, and a hearth with a burning fire was before him. Then it came to pass, as Jehudi was reading the third or fourth page, he cut them off with the scribe's knife, and cast them into the fire of the hearth, until all of the scroll was consumed by the fire of the hearth. But the king and his servants who heard all these words did not seek the Lord, neither did they tear their garments. But Elnathan, Delaiah, and Gemariah pointed out to the king that he should not burn up the scroll. The king then commanded Jerahmeel the king's son and Seraiah the son of Azriel to seize Baruch and Jeremiah, but they were hidden. Jeremiah rewrites the scroll. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah after the king burned the scroll containing all the words Baruch wrote from the mouth of Jeremiah, saying, Take again another scroll, and write on the scroll all the words which King Jehoiakim burned. Then you shall say, Thus says the Lord, You burned this scroll, saying, Why did you write in it, saying, The king of Babylon will certainly come in and utterly destroy this land, and man and cattle will cease from it? Therefore thus says the Lord against Jehoiakim king of Judah, he shall have no one to sit on the throne of David, and his dead body shall be cast out into the heat of the day and the frost of the night. So I will visit him, his family, and his servants. I will bring upon them and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and upon the land of Judah, all the calamities I spoke regarding them, for they did not heed them. Then Baruch took another scroll, and he wrote on it all the words of the book from the mouth of Jeremiah which Jehoiakim burned. There were yet more words added to it like the former. Zedekiah becomes king. Then Zedekiah the son of Josiah reigned instead of Jehoiakim, whom Nebuchadnezzar appointed to reign over Judah, but neither he nor his servants nor the people of the land gave heed to the words of the Lord which he spoke by the hand of Jeremiah. Then Zedekiah the king sent Jehucal the son of Shelemiah and Zephaniah the priest, son of Maaseiah, to Jeremiah, saying, Indeed, pray to the Lord for us. Now Jeremiah came and passed through the midst of the city, and they did not put him in the prison. Then the army of Pharaoh came up from Egypt, and the Chaldeans heard the report concerning them, and they departed from Jerusalem. The word of the Lord then came to Jeremiah, saying, Thus says the Lord, in this way You shall speak to the king of Judah who sent you to seek me, behold, the army of Pharaoh, which came up to help you, they shall return to the land of Egypt, and the Chaldeans shall return again to fight against the city. They shall take it and burn it with fire. Thus says the Lord, do not suppose in your souls, saying, the Chaldeans will surely depart from us, yet they will not depart. For though you should smite the whole army of the Chaldeans who wage war against you, and they left certain wounded men, these men would rise up and burn this city with fire. Jeremiah is imprisoned. Then it came to pass, when the army of the Chaldeans left Jerusalem because of the presence of Pharaoh's army, Jeremiah left Jerusalem to go into the land of Benjamin to buy goods from among the people. He came to the gate of Benjamin, and there was a man in that place with whom he lodged, Irijah the son of Shelemiah, the son of Hananiah, and he seized Jeremiah, saying, You are fleeing to the Chaldeans. But he said, That is a lie. I am not fleeing to the Chaldeans. Yet he did not listen to him. So Irijah seized Jeremiah and brought him to the rulers. The rulers were embittered against Jeremiah, and they struck him and sent him to the house of Jonathan the scribe, for they made this into a prison. So Jeremiah entered the dungeon and the cells and sat there many days. Then Zedekiah sent and called for him. The king secretly asked him, saying, Is there a word from the Lord? He replied, There is. You shall be delivered into the hands of the king of Babylon. Then Jeremiah said to the king, What offense have I committed against you, your servants, or this people, that you have put me in the prison? Where are your prophets, who prophesied to you, saying, The king of Babylon will not come against the land? Now, O Lord the king, let my supplication come before your face. For why do you return me to the house of Jonathan the scribe? Do not let me die there. Then the king gave the command, and they cast him into the prison. They gave him 1 loaf of bread daily from their bakery, until the bread in the city failed. So Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison __. Notes from the previous page. 43:2 This chapter chronicles the writing of the words of the Lord that came to Jeremiah on a scroll. This event came early in Jeremiah's ministry. 43:4 Jeremiah enlists Baruch as his scribe to record the words of the Lord on the scroll. 43:5-6 For a reason not known, Jeremiah was not permitted to enter the house of the Lord. Thus, he asked Baruch to read the scroll in his stead. 43:14-15 Sometime after the scroll was read to the people, it was read by Baruch to the rulers of Judah. 43:16-19 Upon hearing the message from the scroll, the rulers' response was twofold: 1. They wanted the king to hear the message, 2. They sent Baruch and Jeremiah into hiding. 43:23 The message troubled the king to the extent that he cast the scroll into the fire. Page by page. 43:27-32 Jeremiah conscripts Baruch to rewrite the scroll, using the occasion to predict the death of King Jehoiakim. 44:1 Zedekiah replaces Jehoiakim as ruler in Judah. 44:7-10 The image here plays off the earlier deliverance of Jerusalem under Hezekiah, when 185,000 Assyrians were killed, 4 Kings 19. 44:12 By, probably the purchase of property mentioned in 39:6, 25. 44:15 The Greek word here translated embittered is identical to that found in the famous Paschal sermon of St. John Chrysostom, It death was embittered. From the vantage point of those familiar with that homily, we see the embitterment of death foretold in the anger of the rulers.